Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Paula, this is Fandom and Books. As you see from the title, I am here to talk about my Witchathon TBR. The Witchathon is a readathon hosted by Rhiannon over at Crescent Moon Reads. I will leave information links to her channel and the Witchathon Twitter in the information box down below. The Witchathon runs from Friday the 14th of June to the following Friday, which is the 21st, with a live show happening on the 24th of June, which is the following Monday. Again, information about the Witchathon in the information box down below, as well as the live show time and dates. I actually did a whole Witchathon spread in my bullet journal. Here it is. Put the challenges down this side and my TBR down this side. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I did copy the image off of Google. This is no way, shape or form my image. I just think it was absolutely beautiful, and it encompassed the three moons, which is the maiden, the mother and the crone. Obviously the pentacle, and because it's Litha, there's the whole horned god and it has the horns, and yeah, I saw this image and it really resonated with me for this cycle of the Witchathon. I'm going to go through and tell you what the challenges are, but the books that I have chosen, I will also be reading their synopsis, so you guys can make up your mind whether you want to read it as well. If not, you can just skip on through. One of these is an audiobook, 3 of them are physical, and 1 is a Kindle book. So without further ado, let's get into it. Litha is the peak of life and warmth in the wheel. Pick a book that promises to be a good time read. For this, I have chosen The Bride Test by Helen Huang. Earlier on this year, I read The Kiss Quotient by her and I absolutely loved it. It hit me in the feels, it was cute, it was a little bit smexy, I liked it a lot. And I know anyone that has actually read The Kiss Quotient, this is very high up on their TBR if they have not already read it. I've actually got the synopsis of the 2 that I don't have physically in my bullet journal because I'm that extra. So I will read you the synopsis right now. And I'll probably butcher the pronunciation of the names. I can only apologise for that. Kai Diep has no feelings. Well, he feels irritation when people move his things, or contentment when ledgers balance down to the penny. But not big, important emotions, like grief and love. He thinks he's defective. His family knows better. That his autism means he just processes emotions differently. When he steadfastly avoids relationships, his mother takes matters into her own hands and returns to Vietnam to find him the perfect bride. As a mixed-race girl living in the slums of Ho Chi Minh City, Esme Tran has always felt out of place. When the opportunity arises to come to America and meet a potential husband, she can't turn it down, thinking this could be the break her family needs. Seducing Kai, however, doesn't go as planned. Esme's lessons in love seem to be working, but only on herself. She's hopelessly smitten with a man who is convinced he can't return her affection. With Esme's time in the United States dwindling, Kai is forced to understand he's been wrong all along, and there's more than one way to love. That one just feels so heartwarming and I'm just ready for all the feels with that one. On to challenge number 2. Trees are green and full again. Pick a book that has a lot to do with trees, be it setting, cover or general theme. I have chosen The Lost Coast by Amy Rose Capetta. I think I first heard about this on Julie's channel, Pages and Pens. Don't actually think I've read anything by Amy Rose Capetta before. Synopsis time. There's a chance that you'll get lost in the woods and you won't find your way out. Dani didn't know what she was looking for when she and her mother spread out the map of the United States and Dani put her finger down on Tempest, California. What she finds there are the Greys, a group of friends who throw around the term queer and witch like they're ordinary and everyday. Though they feel like an earthquake to Dani, but Dani didn't just find the Greys. They cast a spell that called her halfway across the country because she has something they need. She can bring back Imogen, the most powerful of the Greys. Missing since the summer night she wandered into the woods alone. But before she can find Imogen, Danny finds a dead boy with a redwood branch through his heart. Something is very wrong amid the trees and fog of the lost coast, and whatever it is, it can kill. Dun, 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 dun. A group of queer witches, I am here for it, but I honestly don't think that synopsis fully sold me. I'm still going to give it a read. This one completes challenge 2 because of the trees on the cover. Challenge number 3. The sun is full and bright. Pick a book with yellow on the cover. Now, Chris and I had a little discussion about whether this had yellow on the cover. He says it doesn't, I say it does, and either way I'm going to win because I want to read it. Simple. So I chose Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. He was like, it's gold, it's not yellow. And I'm like, but this is yellow. This is yellow. Leave me alone, I want to read it. Shh. This has been sitting on my shelf since it first came out. Chris was the one who actually bought it for me because he knows that I have become slightly obsessed with Brandon Sanderson, but I have no idea what it's about. So let's read the synopsis, shall we? Spencer's world has been under attack for hundreds of years. An alien race called the Krell leads onslaught after onslaught from the sky in a never-ending campaign to destroy humankind. Humanity's only defense is to take to their ships and fight the enemies in the skies. Pilots have become the heroes of what's left of the human race. Spencer has always dreamed of being one of them, of soaring above the earth and proving her bravery, but her fate is intertwined with her father's. A pilot who was killed years ago when he abruptly deserted his team, placing Spencer's chances of attending flight school somewhere between slim and none. No one will ever let Spencer forget what her father did, but she is still determined to fly. And the Krell just made that a possibility. They've doubled their fleet, making Spencer's world twice as dangerous, but their desperation to survive might just take her skyward. Again, kind of another weak synopsis, not gonna lie. It sounds like a plot that I've heard 1,000 times before. Well, probably not 1,000, maybe about 50 to 100. But a lot of stories tend to be how they are written, and I know that Brandon Sanderson's writing is beautiful and it just vibes with me. So hopefully these become a case of kind of crappy synopsis, amazing books. We live in hope. Challenge number 4. Though the light is at full mast, every day after the solstice brings us closer to dark. Pick a book that deals with the dynamics between good and evil. I chose The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine. I've had this on my shelf for years. I'm a sucker for a retelling. I absolutely love fairy tales and retellings. If you can kind of see this area. Haven't read them yet, but I will. This is a Snow White retelling, and because it's been sat on my bookshelf for years and years and years, I'm going to read the synopsis. So here we go. Lorelei, powerful enchantress, vengeful fugitive, crowned princess. She must kill the wicked queen who took both the Ravenspire throne and the life of her father, Irina. Dangerous sorceress, ruthless manipulator, poisonous ruler. She must hold the throne, dispatching a dragon-shifting huntsman to cut out Lorelei's heart. But Ravenspire is rotting beneath Irina's dark magic, and the huntsman is at risk of losing his own heart to Lorelei. In this dance of death, there can be one victor, one queen to rule them all. Ooh. The Smutathon has just finished, and dragon shifting huntsman. Okay. Reminds me of a few certain smutty books, but I doubt that's going to be this. But that's a new one. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited to finally be getting around to reading it. And even though this, is a poison apple, it just looks so tasty. Look at it. Challenge number 5. It's hot! Take a picture or film a video of you reading by the pool. Now, this is going to be interesting because I live in England, I don't have a pool. I was thinking of claiming my mum's hot tub, but she's away on holiday, so I can't even do that. So you'll just have to watch this space to see how I figure out this one, because I ain't got a clue. Challenge number 6. It's summer break for schoolgoers. Choose a book that takes place during a summer vacation. I had to Google this because I know of books that have taken place during a summer vacation, but I wanted new reads. I wanted ones that I've not read before, whether they have been sitting on my shelf for like ever, sat on my Kindle forever, or are brand new to me. I just didn't want to do any rereads this readathon, but we'll see how we go with the next challenge. Anyway, for this I chose The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. So I have the synopsis of The Great Gatsby right here. The Great Gatsby was F. Scott Fitzgerald's third book. Stands as a supreme achievement of his career. This exemplary novel of the Jazz Age has been acclaimed by generations of readers. Here's hoping I'm one of them. The story is of the fabulously wealthy J. Gatsby, who I've heard is kind of a tool, and his new love for Daisy Buchanan of lavish parties on Long Island at a time when the New York Times noted gin was the national drink and sex was the national obsession. It is an exquisitely crafted tale of America in the 1920s. The Great Gatsby is one of the great classics of 20th century literature. I'll be the judge of that. I've never read it. I've never seen the movie. I know Leonardo DiCaprio is in the movie. I think it is very polarizing, with the case of some people love it, some people hate it, book and movie, but I've never read it, so it's time to get round to reading it, I think. And that leads us to challenge number 7. Read the group book Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. I have this on my Kindle, so technically I have 2 reads on my Kindle. I have read this before. I don't know whether I'm going to be rereading it or not, but I'll give you the synopsis anyway. A magic passed down through generations. Georgina Fenway, I'm probably butchering that last name, even though I've read it. Anyway, waits with growing impatience for the tingle of magic in her fingers. Magic that has been passed down through every woman in her family. Her twin sister, Mary, already shows an ability to defy gravity. But with their 18th birthday looming at the end of this summer, Georgina fears her gift will never come. An island where strange things happen. No one on the island by the sea could ever call the Fernwares what they really are. But if you need the odd bit of help, say a sleeping aid concocted by moonlight, they are the ones to ask. No one questions the weather, as moody and as erratic as a summer storm. No one questions the alleged 300-year-old bird who comes to roost on the island every year, a summer that will become legend. When tragedy strikes, what made the Fernware women special suddenly casts them in suspicion. Over the course of her last summer on the island, a summer of storms, of love, of salt, Georgina will learn the truth about magic in all its many forms. As someone who has read that book, the synopsis does not do it justice at all. I read The Summer of Salt for the Sassy Book Club, hosted by Miss Sassy Cassie and Chelsea Dolling Reads. It's one of Chelsea's favourite books. I will leave a link to that live show in the information box down below if you have read the book, because it's a great live show. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be rereading it because I still have all my notes from when I read it with the Sassy Book Club. I might just go over my notes, but we shall see. It is a very, very good book, so if I have the time, I probably will reread it. Those are all the challenges. That's what I'm going to be reading. I don't know whether I shall be vlogging that week or not. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to vlog that week, and also tell me if you liked me actually reading the synopsis of the book to you, because I'm trying new things. I don't know what's gonna work or not. So yeah, with all that being said, if you like this video, give us a thumb. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you next time. Bye!